Welcome back to the Talk Tonight. Stories of the bombing at the Boston Marathon continue to shake the nation tonight. Some of the firsthand accounts that we've been hearing send chills up and down our spines. Several stories of people who were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Linda Owens of Liverpool was one of the Central New Yorkers who ran the Boston Marathon yesterday. When the bombs went off, she was about 5 minutes away from the finish line. She joins us live in the studio tonight. Linda, so nice to see that you are safe and sound.
Great to have you home.
Yeah.
Nice and we love to see the Boston Marathon jacket and the colors flying brightly tonight.
Very proud of it.
How are you doing mentally tonight?
I have a lot of mixed emotions. Sadness, I'm heartbroken. Just the horror was just, it was just so scary. You know, we just didn't know where everyone was, and you just didn't know what was going on.
And let's describe for people where you were. You were around just past 25 miles, between 25 and 26.
Yes.
So the finish is, relatively speaking, in sight for you.
Basically around the corner.
Yeah, and what happened at that moment for you? How did you know there was something wrong?
The runners just stopped in front of me. There was just a wall of runners. They just stopped running, and I assumed that a runner went down, either maybe a heart condition or fell, and then people were on their phones, and then they said there were bombs.
Did you hear anything? Did you see anything? Or at what point did you know that something had gone terribly wrong?
The only thing I knew was what they told me from when they were on their phones, and that we weren't supposed to go anywhere. There was barricades, so we stayed where we were. We didn't know what to do.
And your husband, John, was there waiting for you near the finish line, and you had some friends there, too, and that had to be a tense moment on both of your sides, right?
Very much. My husband and I set up a place that we were going to meet after the race, so I knew he wasn't at the finish line. My friends, I didn't know. We run together every week, we train together, and I knew they would want to see me finish, and I was afraid that maybe they were going to be there. But luckily my husband talked them out of it, so they weren't there.
How fortunate.
Yes.
And the timing ends up being everything for people in this, doesn't it?
It does.
I would imagine that you think so much of these families who have lost loved ones. Fortunately, you emerged from this unscathed, but there are so many people who are grieving tremendously tonight.
It's just terrible. It was just such a wonderful day for everyone involved to have something as horrible as this happen. I really have not grasped it yet.
What impact do you think this will have on future races, whether it's the Boston Marathon or another? Do you think that this will incentivize people to participate in these kinds of events, or do you think that they'll be scared and maybe a little timid in the future?
No, I think people will participate as they always have. I think security will be even stronger than it already is. I mean, I thought there was a lot of security there to start with. I mean, it's a very well-run race, obviously.
And you weren't able to drive home till this morning. What was the hindrance from you being able to get back, say, last night if you'd wanted to?
Well, our hotel was 3 blocks from the finish line. Our car was parked in a public garage that was not, we were not allowed to get our car. We had planned on staying the night because there is a large after party after the race that we wanted to attend, but obviously that was not held.
Where do you see this going next year, and how do you think the Boston Marathon will handle this in terms of, for example, you didn't finish,
right,
even though I want to give you credit. You're not willing to accept it.
Right.
Do you think next year they'll have to make some exceptions and maybe let qualified runners get in? Or how would you like to see it handled?
I think that's probably, in my mind, I'm hoping that's the way they handle it, to be able to let us try again to get that medal that we all work so hard for. But they have emailed all of us and told us that they will get back to us as soon as they know they've decided on what's going to happen.
And 10, 20 years from now, when you put this jacket back on again, will it be a sense of pride, sadness, maybe kind of a combination of emotions?
A combination. Yes, a combination.
You should be proud to wear it today, and it looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We love the colors, and we love that upbeat look to it all, considering all that's happened. Linda Owens,
nice to see you,
thanks
Linda.
for joining
Thank
us.
you.
We appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
We're glad you're home safely.
Our talk tonight continues in just a few moments. We're going to continue with the Boston Marathon tonight. So many of you are trying to make sense of what happened. How can you talk to your loved ones or perhaps children? How do you discuss this with them? We're going to talk about it coming up.